A man has to have integrity.
Yeah,
You must know yourself extremely well.
Yeah.
In terms of what you want, what you need in your life.
And never compromise that.
Exactly. Never
Okay.
compromise
Never,
your principle and your
never.
value.
How can somebody build that character or that attitude that can help them really overcome and deal or manage all those emotions?
Now, I'll say this. You cannot have a principle without a vision. You first have to have a vision before you can have a principle.
Okay.
Character cannot be built if you don't know who do you want to be
That's right.
or what it is that you want to be. So,
But nobody asks a question like, how do you stay poor?
You are watching the Fortunate Mindset Podcast.
So, as always, I just got this idea to start with every episode with a quote that goes really to the topic of what we're going to talk about. So I might have two for this one. The first one is emotion are like wild horses. We can either ride them or be trampled by them.
That's right.
And the second one is feeling are like weather patterns. They come and go. And it's up to us to learn to forecast and navigate them wisely.
Yeah.
What do you think
That's
about
unique.
that?
Yeah,
Taylor?
especially that first quote. That one hit home.
Yeah.
You can either ride the emotions that you have, or you
like
can
a wild horse.
like a wild horse, or
Yeah.
you can be able to control them, and
Yeah.
you know what you're doing. With yeah, it's a very unique quote. I like that. I like
You
both of those
that?
quotes.
So, what would you say about it?
Yeah. So those quotes, I mean, in particular to that, it really hits home in terms of being able to manage your emotions.
Sure.
And knowing circumstances on how to handle stress and how to be able to stay calm in certain situations.
Definitely, yeah.
But yeah, that's what it resonates with me. That's how it resonates with me.
I mean, the only reason why I've given this quote, it's we have a really special human being, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
This person is an entrepreneur. He is a coach. He is a business owner, a founder, a friend, a brother. When I'm saying a friend, a brother, like a brother, man, we started for so long time. We've been just texting, like talking over the phone. We never met.
Wow.
And actually, this is the first time that we've ever met
It's
since
amazing.
we know each other.
That's amazing.
So, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Zoe Adjanga.
oh, thanks for having me, man. Appreciate
Welcome
it.
to the
Thank you
podcast.
for having me.
Oh man, how you been?
I've been good. Good to see you, Jonathan, man.
Nice
It's,
to see you,
wow.
Zoe.
I remember when we started texting on was Instagram, right?
Yeah, Instagram.
Yeah, man. Oh, man. We done a lot of things in the background.
Yeah, sure.
For some of the videos, editing, some of the retouching on Instagram, it really helped me a lot on that.
Yeah,
really
sure,
appreciate it,
sure.
man. The advice as well. Thank you. It's a
I-
pleasure to
no,
be
man,
here,
I
man.
appreciate your advices and everything, your support, your help, and everything.
Thank
I
you.
really love that. So, in today's podcast, first of all, I want to welcome back our really community, everybody that is supporting us from day one, from the beginning, being there, either it's a different platform, it's in a listening platform where you are right now, either it's in Apple Podcast, in Spotify. Everywhere that you're listening to us, we want to say thank you for being with us since the beginning, supporting us, showing us your love. We would appreciate it. And if this is the first time to hear, to listen to us, to see us, to watch us, please, we invite you to join the community. Here we talk more about the youth challenges, a place where all the challenges are talked about. Either it's in relationships, it is in society, entrepreneurship, business, education, whatever, you name it. Or let's say just in life. So today we would like to talk about feeling and emotion. And we have a coach who can help you navigate
Sure.
that feelings and emotion.
Yeah.
So Zoe Adjanga, what is emotion?
It's a good question. So emotions, based on the things I've learned, it's a natural things that comes upon a human being,
Yeah.
right? It's not something that is unusual. You
Right.
know, from the time you are born to the time you die or get old, you experience emotions. Even the kids, the baby,
Yeah.
even they cannot talk, they
Yeah.
have the experience that what we call emotions. Now, emotions are more like they're more like waters,
Yeah.
like water. They come upon you, and so the way I usually say it's not emotion is neutral. It's not like
Oh.
it's not like it's bad or good.
Okay.
It's
okay.
neutral. Now, your reaction upon it is what makes it bad or good.
Man, no.
Right.
It's,
It's
that's
like water.
interesting.
Now, for instance, I give an example. Let's say you get stuck up, or like let's say you've been there's a lot of work that you have to do, but then you wait until last minute, and you build up what we call emotion of maybe frustration or overwhelming, feeling like you're overwhelmed.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's two ways you can tackle that particular situation.
Yeah.
Number one, you can start, feeling bad, getting frustrated, or you can use it as a signal
Yeah.
that can help you now organize yourself.
Okay.
So most of the time when you feel a certain emotions, it's a signal telling you that there's something that you need to fix,
Okay.
right? And then, we'll get to the question, but this is basically what,
Oh yeah.
how I define emotions. More like water, it comes in under different form. You can feel sad, you can feel happy. It's
Yeah.
also an emotion. You can feel frustrated, overwhelmed. There's a lot of emotions
Yeah.
that comes upon a human being based on the situation
Yeah.
or based on what's happening around you.
Yeah, sure. Oh man, that's really great. You know, sometimes people just feel like emotion are either bad or good. So when you say like emotion are nor bad or good,
Neutral.
are neutral, I'm like,
Right.
man, I've been taught differently. Now I have to really get into this conversation more seriously, and not only me but helping or other people that are listening or watching right now, because somebody can be saying like, oh no, today I'm feeling really anxious. So what makes somebody feeling anxious?
Very good question. So one of the things I learned about emotions is that when you have an emotion is not is not the problem.
Oh.
It's a symptom.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's something underneath that emotion that makes you feel like that.
Causing it. Okay.
Oh.
So when someone feels anxious, you should do a follow-up questions,
Okay.
right? Why you feel like that, right? Then you can say, oh, maybe because I feel like I'm not enough. Oh, okay. Why you don't feel like you're not enough?
Wow.
Start going deep until you find the core of what's causing that problem, and that is the source. That's the root.
Yeah.
Once you fix that, all those emotions disappear.
Wow.
That's how it works. So every emotion that you see is not the problem, is the symptom of a particular problem that a person has.
Okay.
We can talk about probably someone feeling insecure, right? We can say insecurity, but what is making the person feel insecure? Maybe the things didn't start today. Started maybe since he was a child, right?
Okay.
Emotional abuse, people taking them for granted,
Right.
people always like putting them behind the scene. They never really felt like they were worth something.
Okay.
So that particular trauma or something that happened in the past can now become can now start reflecting certain emotions when they grow up.
Okay.
Yeah. So when someone comes with certain emotion, you don't go by the emotion. You go by what's underneath that
That's right.
emotions. Yeah.
Yeah. In regards to the emotions that you're referring to, one of the biggest emotions that people go through is anxiety and stress.
Yeah.
So some people resort to handling those emotions with drug, alcohol, and those types of things. What can you say? How can people really deal with those types of emotions that they may experience? What do you think
Okay.
is the best way to deal with those types of emotions?
Yeah.
Well, I would say everybody is very different. Some people can get over a certain type of emotion by maybe listening to music. Some people maybe listening to a certain preaching sermon. It can change their mood. Some
Yeah.
people can
Yeah.
change that by having just a good conversation, right? A good conversation with somebody. So it really depends. But what I always advise people is that you need to sit down with your feeling and your emotions. You need to
Okay.
write it down.
Okay.
Why am I feeling like that? What's causing me to feel like this? Because if you don't identify the root cause of what's pushing you to be feeling that way, you will only be treating symptom instead of treating the real problem.
Yeah.
So I would say spending time with yourself, getting to know yourself, right? And I recommend on writing it down. Like, because when you're just thinking, you're not writing it down, you don't actually know what it is, right? So I always advise people, write things down. Okay, I'm feeling sad. Why? Because of this. Okay, I'm feeling anxious. Why? Because of this. I'm feeling stressed. Why? Because I didn't complete my homework, right?
Okay.
Or because the thing is with emotions, you may feel very overwhelmed, like, or a lot of emotion coming upon you, but there's only one small thing that you didn't do that's causing all that stress. Once you fix that thing, all those things disappear.
Oh no.
So there's another thing I do is I learned it from Tony Robbins. It's called the chunking method.
All right.
It's basically you trying to empty your mind by writing everything that's bothering you at that moment.
Okay.
So now you number them, right? You start by number one. Maybe I need to get on time, or maybe I need to buy more clothes, or maybe I need to be more respectful. Maybe whatever's coming in your mind bothering you, writing them down. And then you make 3 circles.
Okay.
And then you categorize them based on your life, right? You say, okay, this is my personal life, this is the business life, this is the spiritual life.
Okay.
Right? And then you pick each number, you put it in those circles based on the category. Basically, if you were, let's say, okay, I need to manage my finance well with the business, maybe it was number 3. You put it in the business circle.
For sure.
Okay. Then you go now by the priority. Now, what is the most important thing I can do right now?
Definitely.
And then that's how you start, fixing those type of things. So that's what I do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow,
So
unique.
that's really unique, man. I mean, that brings me into, because you say more like that's what you do. So that brings me to a question to ask you that, tell us, how do you prioritize your mental health?
Very good. It's a good question.
Yeah, I mean, I can answer that question as well. I mean, a lot of people, take for example a workaholic. They may just be they need to get things done. And then they just forget to prioritize their mental health. So they fall into those state of depression. Or they're stressed. So prioritizing your mental health is extremely important with the emotion. That people neglect.
Correct. So mental health is a big subject. I'm not really an expert on that, right?
No, let's talk about
But
it.
I'm just gonna share what comes on the top of my mind. Basically, now how I do it. So I would say, mental health has to do with a lot of areas of your being. Right. Because as a human being, your life is not only in one dimension. It's not like, okay, I'll put it this way. You are there, you need to eat. At the same time, you also need to wear clothes. At the same time, you also need to cut your hair. At the same time, you have many needs. Right? And if you are failing at one of them somewhere, it can cause you to feel not good. Right? Because in our lives, we have so many areas. That's the reason why you see a successful businessman making millions of dollars, but it's pretty much insecure in the areas of relationship. See that?
Okay.
Because he is very good in the business side, but on the relationship side of his life, he's not really doing good. So that's the problem. So now you need to sit down and know exactly like what are the different areas of your life, and try to find how you can stabilize all those areas, right? And by giving priority. So, but I'll say, when it comes to everything that you do, the priority should be on you first. Okay. I'm a Christian. I believe that you should love your neighbor, the way you love yourself. But I'm not talking about it in the sense of selfishness. It's more on the sense of self-care. Because if you're not doing good, you cannot help others. If you're sick, you cannot help others. First, you need to make sure that when you go about helping others, that you yourself, you're stable enough to give your best. Does it make sense? So now, that's when it comes to the problem of you really taking care of yourself. Trying to think of yourself as somebody who's worthy, right? Somebody who also can do certain things, somebody who can, basically just take yourself into consideration, right? And then pay attention to the signal, those different emotions that's coming upon you. pay attention to that because it's gonna lead you on how you should better your life.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
So that's what I
okay.
can give a little bit about
That's
how
that's
I do it.
great. That's great. So we're living in a world where everything goes so fast. Like people want to get instant
Gratification.
Everybody want to get like instant results. Let's say for instance you go on internet on Google, you search for something, and when your internet or your network start like buzzing or like really getting slow, you just get I want this. You start getting frustration and
True.
out of the stuff. So do you think that a person create their own emotion, or emotion are coming from your environment or from something that are around you?
Nice. So that's a good question. So based on what I've learned is that emotions are created by triggers,
Oh,
right? Things
okay.
that can trigger you and bring you to a certain type of emotions.
Oh, okay.
So social media is a good place to get a lot of emotions, right?
Yeah. In 1 minute too. Just in the span of a minute.
I'm telling you, right?
Okay.
Because everybody, when it comes on social media, they show their dream life,
Yeah.
which may not be the reality.
Sure.
Most of the time, it's not reality.
Right.
They show you the best of what they want in life. So somebody can be like really broke, but he will go take some pictures in front of a private jet.
Yeah.
Right. And then you may see like this guy makes a lot of money and things like that.
Yeah.
Now you look at that, and then we are human beings, right? So you're gonna try to compare their life with yours,
Yeah.
and sometimes you may feel like you're behind,
Oh.
or maybe like your life is moving slow, or maybe God doesn't like you. You start feeling some type of emotions.
Yeah.
It was triggered by what you saw.
Okay.
All right, it was triggered by maybe a certain clothes that you saw. It was triggered by a certain comment on social media.
Yeah.
Sometimes that can also happen,
Yeah, sure.
For people like you and I who do videos on social media. I
Yeah.
mean, you will always find those
Sure.
people coming with like,
Definitely.
man, you
Definitely.
didn't make enough research. That thing doesn't make any sense, right?
Sure.
So it can trigger you.
Yeah.
You might want to feel like someone is belittling you.
Yeah.
So it can trigger that emotion.
Yeah.
Sometimes it could be a tone of voice that somebody's talking to you, right? Is maybe raising his voice or
Yeah.
maybe looking at you at a certain way. It can trigger emotions. So emotions are created by triggers. Things
Okay.
around you, people talking to you, the image that you see.
Yeah.
So all those are triggers. I think I forgot, but there's a video of. I don't remember how it was, but it goes like this, right? They put a mouse somewhere, and then the mouse will go in circle,
Yeah.
right? And then every time he's trying to hit the door,
Yeah.
they will close the door.
Okay.
It will go in circle again. Every time he's trying to hit the door is closed. And then he went through that over and over. He created a certain habit.
Yeah.
Now they left the door open. The mouse doesn't want to go out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a
Okay.
trigger.
Okay.
Interesting.
Interesting. This makes me think, man. Oh no.
Yep.
So I would say I want to say speak on something real quick
Sure.
in regards to expressing emotions. Right?
Yeah.
A lot of women say that men don't express emotions, adequately.
He's a married guy, so he can
So-
explain to us,
so- right.
you.
Yeah.
What do you think? What are some healthy ways for not only just men but everyone in general to express emotions?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a difficult question. Honestly speaking, it's a difficult question. Let me try to see if I can answer that.
Yeah.
So you basically you want to know the way a man can express his emotion, things like
No,
that.
like not everybody in a relationship, right? Because if I get your question, let's say you are in a relationship,
Right.
Either you're married or dating or other stuff. So then you have a certain emotions that you want to express towards your partner. So now, most people, especially men, don't. Why? Because when you do express yourself, it's kind of feeling like weakness and
Right.
all the stuff. Or and even women when they don't want to express themselves because they feel like they will be judged
Right.
or misunderstood.
Right.
So how can a person express their emotion in a relationship?
In a relationship.
healthy way, yeah.
In a healthy way.
Wow, very good question. So before answering that question, I will first say this. Relationships are for mature people,
Wow.
right?
Wow.
And when we say mature, it's not just somebody who's older. No,
Right.
maturity is a mental state.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
That's why when we say maturity. And when they say maturity is more at the level of handling your emotions.
Sure.
Now, why did I say that first? It's because not all the emotions should be expressed
Okay.
in a relationship.
Not all of them.
Not all of them. Because as a human being, you need to learn how to deal with
Yeah.
yourself first before you can deal with another person.
Yeah.
Because you need to take into consideration when you're in a relationship, you also have to protect the well-being of your partner.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let's say you are feeling extremely insecure.
Yeah.
You cannot bring that upon your partner,
Okay.
right? Obviously you should share emotions, right? I'm not saying you should not share emotion, but what I'm saying is that you should at least deal with a certain amount of it yourself.
Yourself. Sure.
Because you cannot just pour into the person whatever emotion that you have. That emotion can drain them.
Yeah.
It can make them feel bad.
Bad.
So you also have to take into consideration they are feeling at the same time when you're expressing your emotion.
Sure.
But I would say is just being yourself is the best thing you can do. Just be the real you. And even when you're expressing yourself, always making sure that, okay, am I expressing myself in the areas of a victim, or am I expressing myself in the way that we can find a solution together?
Oh.
Does it make sense?
Okay.
'Cause don't just come and express yourself. Oh, I feel stressed. No, you're the man. You cannot just go there and just say, I'm free stress.
Yeah.
You're supposed to come with a solution.
Sure.
Does it make sense? 'Cause
Yeah.
after complaining in front of a woman, what do you propose as a solution?
A solution.
So you need at least to handle your emotion at a certain level before you can express it. That's what makes us a man, you know? A man, you cannot just be all the time extremely emotional. No, you are expected
Yeah.
as a man to take control of certain emotions yourself
Sure.
before you talk to your partner.
Okay.
That's the reason why you will see a huge difference between our grandfathers and our fathers versus us.
Okay.
You know, men are becoming weaker and weaker and weaker every year.
Yeah, talk about it.
Yeah,
Talk about it.
Talk
They're
about it.
telling people, they're telling us, you know, you should show emotion. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
disagree. But the thing is, what makes a man,
Yeah.
or what keeps the society or the family in balance is
Yeah.
that ability of a man to learn how to control his emotions.
That's
right.
Okay.
If he doesn't
right.
do that, it's a problem.
Okay.
Imagine that you are a father in the house. All the time you come in the house, you cry. Oh, life is too hard. I mean, think about your children. Think about your wife. How they
Yeah.
gonna react based on what you
Yeah.
guys are saying. So
Yeah.
you need to control certain emotion before you can release it. Yeah.
Oh man, that's really great. The reason why I'm saying that that's really great is we're living in a time whereby you say something really that just catches me. That you before expressing your emotion, you need to take care of the well-being of your partner, because sometimes when you go and complain or say about something to your partner, you feel good like that you've expressed it, but it might not feel good to the person who's listening to it. Okay, it's kind of vomiting, right?
Right.
People might be listening to this and be like, he's talking
Yeah,
about
nasty.
vomiting. It's kind of vomiting. When you vomit, you feel good, like something that was hurting you inside goes out. But what about people that look at it? How do they feel?
True.
It's weird, right? They'll be like, that's disgusting. What you have felt good to put it out from
Right.
you, but people that is around you that have seen things coming out felt so disgusted.
Right.
Like, that's how complaint is.
True.
When you complain, you feel good that
You
you
feel
have.
good.
I've said something that was hurting me inside. But what about the person that is listening to you?
Exactly.
How do they feel?
Gotta be careful.
You gotta be careful, man.
Yeah.
That's really great. That's now just bring me to ask, like, how do you maintain your positive mindset?
Wow. That is a very good question. Man, you want to say something about it?
No, yeah, I'm on the same question as well. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, wow. Man, that's a good, hard question. First of all, even if I'm a coach, right, and I talk about motivation, but I don't want nobody to believe that every day I maintain the positive mood or positive mindset. That's just, I want to be honest with everybody. I'm not a human or whatever. But maintaining a positive attitude in a world where negativity is everywhere is hard.
Okay.
Now, what I would say is that you need to have a certain habit, right? That you create some people will call it mantra, or something that you say to yourself to remind yourself to be happy, right? So what I do is I kind of try to trick my mind in a little bit. I'll explain.
Okay.
Maybe I'm feeling sad. I'm feeling sad now because I know that the choices of my words can also affect the way I feel. So I will not say that I'm feeling sad.
Oh.
I'm gonna speak to myself, I feel real good, but in reality I feel sad. Now I'm using my word to influence my thoughts.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm using my words to influence my thought, and then I will also try to utilize certain good memories that I have of good time. I try to anchor myself in that moment,
Okay.
right, and just like feel good. And sometimes it's a movement. The way you're moving your body can also change your states. So there are two ways of changing your states. Because when we talk about states, you feeling sad. How do you live from feeling sad to feeling positive?
Yeah, sure.
So I'll just give you a little example, maybe a small exercise.
Yeah.
So I want you to imagine that you're meeting Jeff Bezos.
Oh man. Why
Right?
did you just say Jeff Bezos? Because that's my guy.
All right. And then Jeff Bezos tells you that tomorrow, I'm gonna send you a check of $1 million.
Man. Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh.
How do you feel?
Of course.
Excited.
Excited, right?
Yeah. Sure.
Jubilant.
Exactly. Do you have the money? Have you received the money yet?
Not yet,
Not
but you
yet.
still have the emotions of excitement.
It's to change your states.
Oh.
It's to change your state. You have changed your state right there because of the news that you have received, the information that you have received.
Okay. Okay.
That's the reason why somebody could be very sad, but then they give him a good news, his
Yeah,
mindset
it
changes.
Yeah. Sure.
So now you can use the same technique if you're feeling sad.
Okay.
Yeah.
You need to auto-suggestion. They call it, it's in the book called Think and Grow Rich. They talk about auto-suggestion.
Right.
Like you forcing your mind to focus on the positive things or the things that can come in the future.
Yeah.
And then you can play with your mindset and then give you some energy.
Okay.
And then you can think positivity.
Oh yeah.
Or you can move your body in a certain way. That's what I call the most effective one. You can say, even your posture.
Yeah.
Let's say I'm feeling sad, I'm sitting like that. But like I sit down, yeah, I feel good.
Oh.
Like even your posture is changing the way you're feeling. Now when you move, you're making certain movements,
Yeah.
it can also help you feel better.
Okay.
That's the reason why a lot of coach when it comes to exercise or how you call it, fitness coach,
Yeah.
they'll tell you like exercise will reduce the amount of stress you feel every day.
Oh. Okay.
Sure.
When you go to the gym and you're exercising,
Yeah.
you are decreasing the level of stress.
Okay.
And those who exercise, they have the tendency of managing stress better than a lot of people.
A lot of people.
And then on the top of it, if you add again reading positive books, listening to positive message,
Yeah.
is also going to influence your mindset. That's the reason why people listen to motivation video every day,
Yeah.
even when they are working. It's boosting their mind, boosting their energy,
Yeah.
keeping them on track and feeling positivity. So it's two ways,
Yeah.
either by the information that you receive or by the movement that you make. That's how you can influence yourself to feel positive.
Yeah.
amazing.
Sure.
Yeah. So in regards to this, I would say, you touched on one thing that's very unique. That it's the same aspect applies on the positive side if somebody's happy, and on the opposite side if somebody's sad.
Right.
So how would you say if someone needs to receives a bad news, say for example, a loved one has been lost, how can someone cope with news like this?
Yeah.
And in regards to when you get instant news like this, you're in all sorts of different emotions. So how can you really manage a situation like this?
Man, it's a difficult situation to go through.
Yeah.
Honestly speaking, to speak about a loved one, I'm telling you, it's I'll be honest, I'm not an expert on how to go through that.
Oh yeah.
Because it's a very strong emotion people feel,
Yeah.
and each person reacts to it differently based on the level of attachment that you had with the person who just passed away.
Yeah.
Could be your father, your siblings,
Yeah.
your uncle, your grandpa.
Yeah,
It's a
sure.
difficult situation to go through.
Sure.
But if I can give an advice, I would say emotions is like water.
Yeah.
Let it come upon you, it will go,
Okay.
right? Just let it come upon you.
Oh. When
If you
say-
feel like crying,
Yeah, go ahead.
cry.
Mm-hmm.
If you feel like screaming, scream.
Okay.
Let it out. Let the emotion go through your entire, the way you're gonna feel them, let it come through you.
Oh yeah.
Don't try to force it to feel good. Don't try to force it to feel in a certain way,
Yeah.
because you'll be faking it.
Okay.
And at a certain moment, it will also come back again.
Mm.
So let it come through you. Finish your grieving.
Yeah.
Like, let it just go. If you feel like crying, just go through that. But after sometimes, eventually, because emotion is like water, it will go.
Oh yeah.
But now, when you're going through that time, just remind yourself to not do anything crazy.
Oh. Okay.
Don't make any permanent decision
Okay.
when you're going through that,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
I'll just give you an example. Let's move on from that
Yeah.
a little bit. Let's say somebody your girlfriend is acting up and doing some stuff, pissing you off.
Yeah.
Don't take a permanent decision there, because women sometimes they could be emotional, right?
Yeah.
So don't just try to okay, she's talking to me like that. Okay, I'm gonna end it right. No, don't take a permanent emotion. Decision at that moment. Does it make sense?
Yeah. It makes
So
sense.
let that emotion come through. It will go.
Okay.
It will go.
Okay.
That's why I would say, like, you feel sad, you feel a certain way. In things like losing a loved one,
Yeah.
I would just say, let that thing come upon you.
Yeah,
Like, just,
sure.
it will go.
Oh.
Yeah.
Man.
Don't try to fake it. Don't try to say, oh, I'm not going to cry. No, it's going to hurt you in a certain way.
Oh,
Just
okay.
let it come through you.
Okay.
Yep.
But I mean, this is actually great. But if we go to another side of the things or of how people think,
Yeah.
then people will talk about being stoic, right? Stoicism, philosophy, right? Like, no, don't be too emotional. Like, don't because when you get emotional, it's because you are expecting something for somebody.
Yeah.
So, or the expectation that you had toward a person or toward something, then it says different. That's why it makes you feel bad or makes you feel good.
Exactly.
So, and then getting into the stoicism, they say, like, you don't have to be having that expectation. You don't have to be counting on a person. You don't need to be waiting on something to happen to you.
True.
So how can you try to balance that? Okay, you can let the emotion come. If you can breathe, you can cry. But here to tell you, no, you don't have to let it go. You don't have to let it come. So being in that situation, so what can we do?
Man, that's the problem with today. Because today we have a lot of information.
Yeah.
You'll hear this coach say this, the other coach say this person say this, that person say, and you're in the middle, you are completely lost. You don't
Out of
know
there.
what you're
Yeah.
gonna do, right? What I'm going to say is it all comes down to you, the person,
Oh.
right? Because when I do coach people, I don't focus on a coaching that I give another person. No, it's basically on you, the person. I size it down to you because you are. As long as we can sit down here, we talk, but we are different inside.
Yeah.
We have different goals, we have different dreams, you know, different aspiration. I cannot coach you like I coach the other person.
Yeah.
We need to know exactly what you want, right? And so going back to what you say, like,
Yeah.
do I have to feel emotional all the time, or do I have to not have emotion?
Yeah.
What I would say is this: what you can try to do as a person, you want to try to have as much control over yourself as much as possible.
Yeah.
Right? You want to have control over yourself like as much as possible. That's what I say.
Okay.
You don't want to leave your life into the hands of someone. You don't want to leave your happiness in the hands of someone else. So the quickest way
Yeah.
for you to get disappointed
Yeah.
is when you expect things from other people.
Oh.
That's the quickest way to find your disappointment.
Wow.
Quickest way.
Oh.
Because they cannot fulfill your needs. They
Okay.
cannot meet your expectation. You can't. They can't. They are human beings. They cannot.
No, but what if I be like, okay, I count on this person. Like, let's say, for instance, I got you. I got my brother here.
Yeah.
And then I be like, these are my boys. They are my people.
Right.
I'm counting on them. Like, whenever I need something, hey, Zoe, look, I'm going through this.
Yeah.
Hey, Taylor, man, I'm right here. I need your help. So, are you telling me like I should not count on you?
No,
and
no, no,
Taylor?
no. That's not what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
You should count on people, but it has to be at a certain. It has to have a limit.
Oh.
Right?
Okay.
You're my buddy. I trust you. I know that if I call you, you're gonna help me find this situation.
Yeah.
But at the same time, this is how I go. This is how I live my life, right? When I call you for you to help me with something,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm expecting two things. Number one, I'm expecting you to help me out.
Yeah.
The second thing, I'm expecting you to say no,
Oh.
and I'm preparing myself on how I'm gonna go through that disappointment.
Okay.
That's how I go about it.
So many people don't do that.
They don't do that.
Because
They
I
don't
know,
expect enough.
yeah, imagine,
Yeah.
I'll just give an example. Imagine that you're in a very difficult situation.
Yeah.
Let's say you're about to get evicted from your house because you didn't pay the rent.
Yeah.
Then you call your friend. You put all your expectation on that friend.
Yeah.
Because you know probably he drives a nice car because you see him like wearing good stuff.
Yeah.
Then you call him and tells you that I don't have the money.
Oh.
You see that? There is an internal conversation that you're going to have with yourself at that moment.
Yeah.
Maybe that my friend is very greedy. He doesn't really like me.
He doesn't wanna. help
So
me.
that amount of expectation you put on him
Yeah.
can cause your relationship with him to be broken down
Yeah.
because you put too much expectation on him.
Okay.
So what I would say is that put a lot of expectation on yourself. That's how you get to build yourself.
Sure. Sure.
That's how you build the ability to figure things out. That's how I go about it.
okay.
When you put a lot of expectation on you, you know that if I have to feel happy, I have to make myself feel happy. It's not my woman or the person I am in a relationship with
Yeah.
who's gonna make me feel happy. I'm responsible for
my
making myself
happiness.
of my happiness.
Okay.
Or that if I need to become a millionaire or make a lot of money,
Yeah.
it's not my partner
Okay.
who's gonna make me get there. It's me.
Oh. Okay.
You take 100% responsibility over yourself, over your emotion, over your ambition. Only then you start not feeling, you start releasing all the ability that God placed in you.
Okay.
Because at that moment now you are really counting on what you can do. And when you're stuck, then you rely upon your friends or definitely God.
Oh.
But first you need to do something.
Okay.
Right? You need to first of all put a lot of expectation on yourself,
yourself.
instead of putting on other people. That's what I say. That's what I do.
Yeah. So let's talk about emotional awareness.
Yeah.
Because we know that words can break you down or they can build you up.
True.
Right?
Wow, man.
Depending on what you say, it can build
I know
someone
that
up
one.
or completely destroy them in whole.
True.
So how can you really develop emotional awareness so that you know what you're saying to the other people, that it's not breaking them down,
Yeah.
and you're aware of the other people's emotions around you?
Yeah.
Wow,
That's deep.
It's very, very deep. It's
Yeah.
a very difficult question at the same time.
Yeah. Sure.
But I would say this.
Yeah.
One of the biggest way of communicating with people
Yeah.
is listening. Most people don't know that.
Oh man.
Listening and
Yeah.
observing people.
Okay.
Once I spend few time with you, I will get to know maybe the things that you don't like to hear, the things that you like to hear, the things that you're interested in, and the things that you don't like, right?
Yeah. Sure.
Now, when I'm dealing with you, as an emotional, mature person, you need to
Yeah.
pay attention to those type of things.
Okay.
if you don't like certain type of conversation, I should do my best to avoid those conversations when I'm talking with you.
Right.
If you don't like for me to address you in a certain way, I should do my best to avoid bringing that into a conversation.
Okay.
If I know that if I say this, this thing may make this person uncomfortable, then I will avoid saying those type of things.
Okay.
That's how you protect the other person. Does it make sense? So it's really it's not an easy thing to do,
Yeah.
but it comes with knowing the person that you are talking with, the person that you are dealing with.
Yeah.
Certainly.
For instance, I have this way of doing things, right?
Yeah.
If I know that somebody has like a big ego,
Yeah.
that don't want to listen to anything, like if I give them advice, they will try to show off every time.
Yeah.
What I would do is I'll just become a listener.
Okay.
I say, oh wow, that's nice. Wow, I bought a big yacht. Oh wow, really? That's good. Right? I'm just getting interested in what you're talking about.
Oh yeah.
Right? And that's the quickest way if you wanna, for those who really wanna win with people or make good friends or become a better with communication, is that people are more interested in themselves than they are interested in you.
Man, that's
Right?
true. That's true.
So
yeah.
make sure that when you're having a conversation with somebody, ask them or get interested in the things that they like, right?
Yeah.
For instance, if someone like to talk about likes dogs, for instance,
Yeah.
bring up a conversation about dogs,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
And let them
Okay.
talk as much as they
Okay.
can.
Okay.
Let them talk. Let them talk. At the end of the conversation, they're gonna like you way more than they like you before you guys had a conversation.
Way more.
Because
Just
you're
because you're interested in what they're interested
exactly,
Dang.
in.
exactly.
You showed interest in that.
Yeah.
So that's reminds me something of I think I read it somewhere. I don't really recall where it is. It's most people want to be interesting instead of being interested in other people.
Mm.
Okay.
Yep. And that's the problem that we have in today's society.
Oh
We have
yeah.
a lot of people screaming out loud. People don't listen to me. They don't hear me. Things like that. That's the reason why some people go on social media,
Yeah.
just seeking attention, because the people around them don't really see them. They don't listen to them,
Okay.
right? So for us to change it is that when you're sitting in front of somebody, try to listen to them. Try to pay attention to what they like. You know, just give them that moments of them feeling important,
Sure. Sure.
right? At the end of that, they're gonna like you way more than like you before.
Definitely.
That's the reason why I have a lot of people come to me. Yeah, I mean, Zoe, I like to talk to you, because sometimes I'll just sit there and listen.
Okay.
Listen, just listen to understand, not listen to respond. Most of the time when we have a conversation, I'm not really hearing what you're saying. I'm just expecting you to, like, actually, I'm picking up words
Yeah.
and then I'm trying to formulate an answer that I'm gonna give you back. And that's the problem.
Sure.
You just listen to people. Just listen and understand.
Oh, that's why actually most people like to be understood than understanding.
Yeah.
And that is actually the problem with a lot of people in a relationship, because you want to be understood and you don't want to understand the other person around.
That's the thing.
That's actually, it goes the same way. I mean, I don't know, Taylor, what are you having there in mind? I feel like you have something that you want to add from there.
Well, in regards to what we're speaking on,
Yeah.
it's very unique in terms of what people can, or just being able to understand, put yourself in another person's perspective,
Shoes,
Oh, yeah.
perspective,
another
sure.
person's shoes, so that
Yeah,
you understand what emotions they're going through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that understanding that is going to be able to help you, respond to that better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Without
Sure.
just overreacting or just not saying things that may even put them in a worse situation that they're
Oh,
in.
Exactly.
It's very important to just try to put yourself in another person's shoe,
Exactly.
especially during conversations, interactions, yeah, so on and so forth.
And also, that's the biggest thing. I'm sorry to cut you short.
No, you're good.
That's the bigger thing about leadership.
Oh, okay.
You know, a leader. I always tell people, being a leader, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to be the smart person in the room. Absolutely not.
Oh,
A leader is not the most smart or the most intelligent or whatever. No. A leader
Yeah.
is somebody who can sit down and listen.
Yeah,
Oh.
Yeah. That's a leader.
Okay.
A leader listen. Because now he listens to everybody, he understands everybody, he will know, okay, based on the problem that you're facing, I think Jonathan
Yeah.
What do you propose based on the solution? Because I know the capacity of Jonathan,
Oh,
because I listen to Jonathan, I
Okay.
observe Jonathan.
Okay.
The leader is basically somebody who put things together. He's not smart.
Mm-hmm.
He's not smart. He
Having
has
the
the ability to listen.
listen.
That's the reason why there's a guy called Simon Sinek.
Yeah.
He's great in leadership.
Leadership.
He,
Yeah.
he wrote a book, is Leader Eat Last, right? The leader, you should always be the person to speak, the last person to talk after
Okay.
listening to everybody.
Okay.
See that?
Okay.
So with what we were talking about, even if somebody wants to be a leader, right? The ability to listen
Yeah.
is gonna bring you so far in life that you don't imagine.
Okay. Okay.
Because here's what happened. Let's say we all come with ideas about business.
Yeah.
You come with an idea, you share your ideas, talk about it, and he comes, he share about his ideas. If I don't share my ideas, right? At the end of our conversation, I have your idea, his idea, plus mine idea.
Right.
I'm going back home
Yeah.
with a lot of things.
Oh.
Certainly.
Okay.
Does it make sense?
Yeah, sure.
So I have my things that I've been thinking about it. You added what you had to give. He added. Now I'm going back with 3 things.
Yeah.
But guess what? You are going home. You don't know what I had to say about that thing.
Yeah.
So you're missing the part that I had to give. So a leader takes in a lot of information. Now he has the ability to make good decision based on that.
Okay.
That's the reason why when you are listening,
Yeah.
you become better in the areas of business, relationship, people, whatever you go in community, because you are able to listen to people. But unfortunately,
Yeah.
people just want to be heard.
That's right.
That's the thing.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
So I want to take this moment to say, really, there is something that we've noticed on our different platform that there is most people that watch our video are not subscribers, but if you enjoy this and if you keep watching it, means you love it, you like it. Why don't you just subscribe and then be part of the community so we can be so big? We said last time, the bigger the community, the bigger the guests.
Sure.
You can see how we are having now people coming talking about now this subject that is really, really impacting a lot of people. Like either it's in relationship, in business, or entrepreneurship itself, because emotions are everywhere.
Sure.
Just as you say, they are like water, right? So you talk about something that really, or I was keeping in mind. You mentioned something about insecurity, right? I think Taylor mentioned something about also like the ability to manage that emotions. Being as a leader, you talk about as a leader. So let's talk about insecurity, right? Most people, most in relationships, when somebody, especially a man, try to state about something that they think or something that is, let's say, out of jealousy.
Right.
So it always goes to insecurity parts. So what do you think about that? How can you help us as a married person, of course, and as a coach? How do you think that somebody can express themselves and not being seen as insecure?
Nice. Oh,
That's
wow.
right.
That's a good question. It's a hard question. Oh man, you really hit that one. So how do you express yourself without feeling that you are
Like
being insecure?
or jealous or something like that.
It all comes down, like I say, me, in my philosophy
Yeah.
of how a human being should be, I always base the person as the center
Yeah.
of solution.
Okay.
Like everything that you see wrong outside, there's something in you that needs to be fixed.
Okay.
Does it make sense? So now when you feel insecure,
Yeah.
right? Let's say I express myself, but how can I express myself without me feeling insecure?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's happening within yourself.
Okay.
Because You are the one worrying about feeling insecure.
Insecure.
The other
That's
person
right.
didn't tell you that you were insecure.
Okay.
You are the one worrying about being insecure.
Insecure.
So it's something that you need to find peace within yourself. And the way you do that is you need to practice expressing yourself, expression,
Okay.
with no judgment over yourself.
Oh.
We judge ourselves too much.
Wow.
We judge ourselves extremely too much. Extremely too much.
That's true.
Sometimes you're thinking about things that the other person never even thought about you. Like you say, maybe I don't speak well. They never even thought about it, that one.
Oh, that's
You've been just
yeah.
thinking stuff. You've been saying stuff. That's the reason why. I'll just give an example.
Yeah.
Most men, they are afraid of approaching really good-looking women.
Yeah.
The reason why they're afraid is because they're saying in themselves,
Yeah.
this girl is not going to accept me because pretty lady, they like
Yeah.
men with a lot of money. You are the one having that conversation with yourself. You didn't have a conversation with her,
Self-doubt. Yeah, sure.
right?
Sure.
You didn't have a conversation with her. You don't know what she's thinking until you go there and talk to her.
Sure. I mean,
So you have to learn how to express yourself with no judgment over yourself. I guess that's how you learn how to eliminate your personal insecurities.
oh, okay.
Learn how to express yourself and wait for the other person's feedback.
Yeah.
From their feedback, then you will know exactly, oh, that's okay, that wasn't good, I need to fix this.
Yeah.
But learn to express yourself. Remove all the judgment that you have over yourself.
Oh, okay.
I would say this. My friend Rudy,
Yeah.
I guess you guys met him.
Yeah.
When we started doing the video thing, right? I used to be behind the camera.
Oh,
I was
okay.
afraid to speak in front of the camera because I thought maybe I don't speak a good English, I don't speak a good French, my language is not good, I don't look good, I'm just a Congolese boy from somewhere.
somewhere.
What do I have to share?
Yeah.
Right? Who's gonna listen to me?
Definitely,
In the
yeah.
world where you have big motivation speakers,
Yeah,
people
I
all
know.
over social
I know
media.
that feeling. I know.
And we have millions of people. Who's gonna listen to me?
Sure.
So he told me, man, why are you thinking like that? Just go for it.
Okay.
You know? And I remember I had to do a lot of self-work. I need to look at myself in the mirror and tell myself that, hey, Zoe, your message is important. Somebody needs this. Zoe, you matter. You can do that.
Okay.
Sometimes you have to convince yourself and remove all the judgment that you can put upon yourself.
Okay.
If you can try to do that every day, I'm not gonna judge myself. Let me just do it.
Okay.
I'm doing this for me. This is important for me. Let me just do it. Let me just talk to this person. I'm doing this for me, right?
Okay.
You give yourself that permission. You express yourself. The more you're doing that, the better.
Okay.
The better you become.
Well, the thing is, I mean, with insecurities comes low self-esteem from most
Yeah.
people.
Sure.
So that's another big hurdle that a lot of people need to be able to overcome.
Yeah.
So what do you think are some strategies to overcome low self-esteem?
Low self-esteem. Nice. Now, the strategy to overcome low self-esteem, I think low self-esteem has a lot to do with sometimes the way you were brought up.
Yeah.
You know, the community or your family, the way they raised you,
Yeah.
right? Or just the area you grew up in. I'll give you an example. I'm from a very strong African background.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
our African background says that if you are a young person,
Yeah.
you cannot contradict the elder. You can't do that.
Yeah, you can.
Even if they are wrong, just say, stay quiet. Right?
Right.
Don't say
Sure.
anything, right? It's disrespectful.
Yeah, sure.
Now, you grew up in that place where you don't get to express yourself. You never talk about your ideas, right? And then it becomes a way of life.
Yeah.
Now you get to a place where now you're supposed to make decisions and you're afraid because you have accumulated a lot of judgment, a lot of people saying that you can't do this, you can't say this, you can't. So it became a second nature to you.
Okay.
Now it's very difficult to change that overnight,
Okay.
right? Now here's what I would say.
Yeah.
It comes back to, again, trying to express yourself, right? You need to understand that you only have one life
Okay.
here on earth. There's no two life. You're not coming back.
Okay.
So everything that you have inside of you, you need to let it out of you before you leave this earth.
Okay. Okay.
You need to understand that. Once you understand that, you have that clarity, and then you also understand that the other person, what's the worst thing that they can say about you? What's the worst thing? Right? Or they're gonna say, "Oh, you're stupid." Okay, then what?
Then
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing changes. Oh, you are not smart. Okay, then what? Nothing changes. So learn how to just brush it off, right? Just go for it.
Okay.
Give yourself the permission to live your life.
Okay.
Give yourself the permission to express yourself. You need to know that your life matters. The same way other people's life matters, yours as well matters.
Okay.
And that your opinion is important. So establish small goals, right?
Yeah.
For instance, maybe you have very low self-esteem and probably it's causing you to not like talk in front of people.
Yeah.
Just make small goals like, okay, this for the next 3 months, in every conversation, I will try to say something. I will try to express my idea as well. I try to share also what I think.
Okay.
Just try to slowly expressing yourself, slowly express, and then eliminate all the judgment that you can have over yourself. Because when it comes to insecurity, the biggest problem I find is judgment.
Oh.
The biggest thing about low self-esteem, insecurity, self-judgment.
Okay.
Yeah.
People need to stop judging themselves. Accept yourself. Every bit of everything about you, you need to accept it and love it.
That's right. Embrace it.
Embrace yourself.
Man, I mean, sorry to cut you off.
Go ahead.
But
Yeah, sure.
when you say this, something just clicked in my mind like, Jonathan, you need to say this. When you say you need to embrace yourself, accept yourself, what if that yourself is a lazy person? What if that yourself is a person that doesn't want to work, a person that doesn't want to study, a person that complains every time? Then when you tell me embrace myself, that means, oh man, I gotta stay on my couch there and then just like having my milk and cereal in front of Netflix. Because they tell me I gotta stay myself. I gotta stop judging myself. Maybe I'm judging myself too much because I'm here. So, what would you say?
That's a good, tricky question. What I would say is this. When I say embracing yourself, is basically you wanting to express yourself. You have burning things inside of you, things that are burning. You know, you yourself, you know that.
Sure.
You know that, well, I should start a business. Well, I should speak in public.
Yeah.
Where I should start a church. Where I should start preaching. Where I should start doing something important of my life. You yourself know that.
Yeah.
But now the voices outside of you, people, your friends, your colleague, your community, nobody believes in those type of things.
Oh.
Now, you have to embrace yourself. That's what I'm saying. Accept that. I need to show that.
Show that.
I need to come out of myself and just do it. Embrace yourself and know that when you start doing that, you're gonna have a lot of pushback.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
a lot of pushback, a lot of confrontation, a lot of people strongly judging you again. But you just need to keep up. Keep embracing yourself. But no, lazy is a bad thing. Don't be lazy, right?
That's right.
Don't lie to yourself.
Sure.
That's why I say don't lie to yourself. Let me say this. We have this, nowadays we have people over social media called influencer,
Yeah.
right? They are living a fake life. But not all of them.
No,
They are
stop saying that.
not all of them, right?
We see them every time. They be like, you be like, I want to be like that
With
guy.
the Ferrari.
Yeah, Ferrari, Bugatti.
Not all of them, right? I just want to be very careful because we also have influencers who are really living that life.
Yeah.
But not all of them. But most of them,
Okay.
they are living a fake life.
Oh. Okay.
Now, instead of them living it, they're lying to themselves.
Okay.
And it's a bad thing to lie to yourself or try to deceive yourself. You need to face your reality.
Okay.
That's the best thing, the best gift that you can give to yourself. You can lie to yourself that I'm an influencer. Everybody around you thinks that you're a millionaire, but in reality, you are broke. You can't do that to yourself.
Well, the thing is, there's a saying that what people say, fake it till
Fake
you
it
make
till you make. Man.
Yeah,
You
Until you finally made it.
You will fake
heard that a
it. You will
lot.
fake it for the rest of your life. That's the thing.
Oh, yeah.
Changes, right? For you to change your life, it
Yeah.
becomes with a clear-cut decision
Okay.
based on the reality that you have in front of you.
Mm,
See that?
okay.
I'll tell you this. I was doing motivation video maybe since 2015, right? Yeah, I'm giving advice people and all that. But myself, I was broke.
Okay.
Right? Yeah, you can give people advice. It's not a bad thing, right? But when you are in closed door with yourself, how is your life? Do you like it or you don't like it?
Oh, okay.
Now you need to do everything that is required for you to live from point A to point B.
Sure.
Without lying to yourself. And that's how you start changing your life. You need to face the reality. Don't lie to yourself.
To yourself. Okay.
Don't lie to yourself. You have to be very real with yourself. So I remember that time, I was like broke, and then I need to get some money, right? What I used to do is, I gathered some money. I bought a printer, and then I borrowed a camera from a friend, and then I borrowed a car for another friend.
Yeah.
And I started going to take pictures into people's party and charging them $10 per portrait.
Oh.
I had to do that because it was required for me to do that in order for me to fix my life, to improve my life.
Yeah.
So many people nowadays, because they have this title of influencer, they think that, oh, if I go do this type of work, it's people are gonna laugh at me.
Yeah.
No, you have to be real with yourself. Don't lie to yourself. Same thing with lazy. If you are lazy, face yourself. You have to know that, okay, this situation is not really helping me move forward. What can I do to fix it? That's when changes really start.
Oh.
What can I do to fix it? When you are real with yourself. When you stop lying to yourself.
Okay.
When you look at your bank account and say, I don't have money. Everybody thinks you have money, but you look at yourself, I don't have money.
Yeah, sure.
What do I have to do now to fix it? Then you make a plan. You start working on it.
Sure.
Start working on it. Be real. Somebody say, don't try to look rich. Be rich.
Yeah.
Don't try to look secure. Be secure.
Yeah, sure.
Don't try to look alpha male. Be a alpha male.
Yeah.
Because most of the guys today, they're trying to be like alpha male, playing tricks on women. I'll talk to them for a certain moment, then another moment I won't talk to them. They'll feel like I'm important. No.
Nah.
Build a character
Yeah.
that will become you every day. That you'll be that person every single day.
Yeah.
Even behind closed door.
Sure.
You're still the person. You know, somebody said that I really like, his name is William Branham. He said,
Yeah.
character is a victory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a
right.
gift. It's a victory.
Yeah.
It means a lot.
Sure.
It means that you have to build that. It
to
doesn't
really
come
build it.
easy.
Oh, yeah.
You know, see those people, Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, they can lose all the billions of dollars they have today.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, in 5 years, 10 years, they will come back
Okay.
because they have built themselves
Sure.
to that level.
Sure.
It comes with a confidence of you like pushing yourself every day. When you get to that level, you can recreate it every single time.
Right.
Man, I mean,
good.
that's good. This just brings me something that Jim Rohn said. I really love Jim Rohn. He said, for you to become a millionaire, it's not what you become, but it's who you become in the process.
Oh yeah. Oh man, I like that.
It's who you become in the process.
Yeah.
Because if you look at that, because you say I become a millionaire in 3 years, but the next 2 years I lost it all, and then I became a millionaire again.
Exactly.
Why? Because I built habits.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's why he emphasized on you need to work is actually a pillar in self-development guide. He say you need to become stronger, wiser, and better in life.
Yeah.
So if you become stronger, wiser, and better, nothing else can beat you up.
Exactly.
Because when you become, people feeling like I'm becoming stronger, you have to do it like just today I'm going to the gym.
Yeah.
Then no, it's a daily process. Like it's a journey that you get. So talking about that, if you give an example of Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, if they lose everything,
Yeah.
and after 5 years that we come, I agree with that because they've built like a really strong character. They've
Correct.
built really strong attitude and other stuff.
True.
So how can somebody now build a character, attitude that can help them to work their life so that they can really manage their emotions? Either it's in their relationships, it's in business, or it's in entrepreneurship. As an entrepreneur, all this, I know building something,
It's
it's
very hard.
bringing like frustration,
It's
it
very
brings stress, all this stuff. So how can somebody build that character or that attitude that can help them really overcome and deal or manage all those emotions?
Nice. Very good question. Now, I'll say this. You cannot have a principle without a vision. You first have to have a vision before you can have a principle.
Okay.
You cannot have a plan if you don't have, you don't know what you want to build.
Okay.
Does it make sense? So you first need to have an idea of what you want to build, then you make a plan from that, right?
Okay.
It's the same thing with character. Character cannot be built if you don't know who do you want to be,
That's right.
or what it is that you want to be. So first thing is, I always tell people, set bigger goals.
Okay.
You gotta have a vision of yourself. When you look at yourself in the future, don't look at yourself now. Don't look at yourself now. Look at yourself. What do you want to be in the future? What do you want to have? What do you want to be? What type of person that you want to be? Right? I'll give you an example. If you say to yourself that the things that I want to, okay, let me rephrase this again.
Yeah.
What will build a character out of you is the things that you actually want to have in your life.
Okay.
Right? So I'll just give an example. If you want to have like a, let's say you want to have a prayerful woman, a wife, or a virtuous woman, a hardworking woman, something like that, whatever virtue that you want, you need to be able now to ask yourself the question, what type of man does that woman need?
Oh.
That's right.
Right? Does she need a lazy man?
No,
Absolutely not.
definitely not.
Then you have to write hardworking man.
Oh.
Does she need a man who is doesn't have self-control? Absolutely not. She needs a man who have self-control,
Self-control.
right? Then, based on whatever you are writing down, those things will become your principle in life. So, you said that you want to become a millionaire.
Yeah.
You can dream as big as you want. I want to become a millionaire. Okay. What does millionaires do? What do they do?
Definitely.
What are their habits?
Yeah.
Okay. They read, they exercise, they invest, they do this. Now you need to incorporate whatever you wrote inside your life. Now you need to make a plan, right? On the daily basis, on the weekly basis, what you have to do every single day
Okay.
for you to move closer to your goal. So you need to check yourself based on that.
Sure.
So if you wrote those principles, now those principles, the more you're doing that, it is building now what we call integrity out of you.
Okay.
Integrity is, in another way, is a self-respect that you have of yourself.
Okay.
Does it make sense? When you do something over and over, you know that I always come on time. I always do this. I'm a respectful person. I have self-control. You do it over and over. You have a consistency on that. It built your character. Now, whether you are in front of people or whether you are in closed door, you're still the same person.
Oh. Yeah.
Character is different from personality.
Okay.
Most people nowadays, including politicians, preachers, celebrities, they act based on their
Personality.
personalities.
They put
That's
on a,
the- yeah.
personality.
That's the reason why
Okay.
you see them looking like extremely interested in a movie, extremely interested on the video, talk show, whatever. But then later on, you start finding some crazy things about their personal life.
Yeah.
They're on drugs, they're in addiction, they're on trafficking. You shocked
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
because they have been putting up personality over
Personality,
character.
Character.
Character is what you become.
Yeah.
And we should all strive to build that character.
Sure.
Well, now, once you have that character of a self-control person, or you build a character of a millionaire, for instance, getting dollars or money will become the easiest thing.
Okay.
Because you have now, you are that person.
You are that person. Okay.
Like attracts a like, right? You are attracting the things that is at your level. That's the reason why I always tell single people, right?
Like us.
Hey, that's a good thing. If you want to attract a really high quality woman, you become a high quality man.
Okay. That's true.
You build your character to that level. At that moment, you're only going to attract the things that are at your level.
At your level. Sure.
Because every time you see somebody who's not at that level, you always you will know yourself.
Yeah,
You won't be wasting your time with certain people. I'm not
Sure.
saying that to belittle people. I'm just saying based on the way you think.
You think,
right?
yeah.
So it will help you now start guiding your life because you have those principles.
Yeah.
And those principles are based on the things that you actually want to have in your future, in your life.
Yeah, sure.
So that's how you can build that character. And it's gonna be something that becomes like a second nature to you.
Sure.
Like you are that natural. You don't have to fake anything.
Yeah, well, that's a good point that you bring up. The fact that you mentioned high quality men, and not only men but women as well.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know there's a lot of people like Andrew Tate who bring up that same subject as well.
Yeah.
being a high quality man.
High quality.
Yeah.
What do you think it takes? What do you think that quality of a the character of a high quality man?
High quality
you know,
man.
takes.
Well, nice. So a man, I really like to talk about men because I'm a man, right? A man needs to have guideline.
Yeah.
You cannot live your life just in how you call it, hazard in
By
English.
any chance.
By chance.
Yeah.
No, the life of a man cannot be like that. A man is like I always joke with myself. A man has to be like a robot.
Interesting.
You need to program.
Interesting. Wow.
You need to program yourself.
Yeah.
You cannot just give yourself to emotions like that. You have to program yourself as a man.
Okay.
Program yourself that it becomes you. Right? Build that it becomes you. Now, how do you do that?
Yeah.
First of all, a man has to have values
Okay.
that you will
Principles.
never change
Right.
under no circumstance.
Yeah.
That's true. I agree with that.
Under no circumstance. Now, values can be like this.
Yeah.
I don't talk about people. I don't talk bad about people behind their back.
Yeah.
Oh.
I will never compromise this. I am loyal to the people that I love. I will never compromise this.
Yeah.
Right? This is your principle.
Your principles. Yeah, sure.
I'm a man of self-control. I respect people. I will never compromise this.
Yeah.
Right.
I will always treat a woman, whether it's my sister, my mother, my wife, or girlfriend, with respect.
Yeah.
I will never compromise that.
Sure.
Those value, when you live by those things,
Sure.
it makes you a high quality man. Now, another value is also that for the rest of my life, I'll be a hardworking man.
Yeah.
I will look out for those who are around me. I'll make sure that they have a best life.
Yeah.
I always make sure that they have what they need. Even if I cannot provide,
Yeah.
I'll try to do my best to try just to figure a way out on how to make their life better. Once you have those value in you, it
Yeah.
guides you. It's gonna help you a lot.
Yeah.
That's how you build yourself as a high quality man. But also need to observing people, read books, be a man that really you have your goals and vision in life, the things that you want to achieve. You focus on that. You're gonna build
Yeah,
yourself.
I've always said a man has to have integrity. with
Yeah.
himself.
Integrity.
You must know yourself, extremely well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In
sure.
terms of what you want, what you need in your life.
And never compromise that.
Exactly.
Okay.
Never compromise your
Never,
principle and your
never.
value. The core person, your core being.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, never compromise that. I'll see like a lot of young men, they will compromise their value because they're in front of maybe a pretty lady or something like that. They start
Yeah,
acting a certain
especially
way.
that-
No,
Especially that.
you are important as a man.
Yeah.
Don't forget that.
Sure. Sure.
This entire society is built, I will say the foundation of it is
Okay.
the man.
Sure.
You're holding a lot of things, man. You are the man. The man. It's no joke. It's
chill.
a big trust that God will actually make you a man.
Okay.
See that? Because you just give an example.
Yeah.
I know this is not a Christian show, but I'll just
It
is a Christian show.
It
Okay,
is.
perfect.
Let's go.
The one thing, right, that is that God, when God created man in his own image, is that a man's supposed to behave like God,
Okay.
Yeah.
right? A man's supposed to behave like God.
Yeah, like God.
Yeah, be like God, the image of God himself. That authority.
Yeah, sure.
It doesn't matter. All the women on this earth are looking for that. The authority in the man.
In the man.
But most men don't realize that.
Okay.
They are looking for the authority. Now, in order for you to be to that level, you need to have a self-balance.
Okay.
You need to be like a robot. You need to control yourself because a lot of things are depending on you.
That's
okay.
right.
Now, when I read books, I don't read books for myself.
Yeah.
I read books because I want to know how I'm gonna deal with my woman in this particular situation. When we get to that level.
Okay.
Right? When my woman is feeling sad, how am I gonna uplift her spirits? What can I say? I'm building myself based on that.
Yeah.
Based on
Okay.
the people who are around me. So that is a man. A man is always a provider. And when we talk about provider, people think about money. No, in a lot of ways, emotionally, you're also a provider.
Yeah, sure. Sure.
You know, not just money, because a lot of men like focus on I need to make a lot of money. No, what your family needs or what a woman really needs is that stability that you can provide as the man.
That's right.
The day when she comes with situation where she's like stressed, overwhelmed, how do you calm herself down and how do you help her find solution?
Oh, man.
That's right.
So you need to be very stable. And as a man, when difficult situations are coming to your life or stressful situation, the first thing, your first reflex as a man needs to calm down.
Okay. Okay.
Breathe in and breathe out, no matter what the situation is. Breathe in and breathe out, calm down. Because when you calm down as a man or as any other human being, now your brain starts working.
That's right.
Oh,
Into finding the solution. But when you are stressed and you're in panic, your brain cannot think. So you need to build those values as a man. And once a woman starts seeing that in your life, man, you become a high quality man.
Oh my days.
See, that's how you make it happen.
That's really impressive. That brings me because you said to be a good person that's really talk well, you need to listen. So when I listen to you, I'm just having these things coming up and up because you mentioned something about moving your body, right? Yeah, moving your body, moving your position and other stuff.
Yeah.
And actually, it's also one of a good book of Jordan B. Peterson
Oh, okay.
of the 12 rules of life.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Nice.
how you have to stand up straight, the shoulder and stuff. So I'm not gonna get to that.
Oh, nice.
But my point is, most of the time when people feel those kind of, I don't want to say negative emotion because you say emotion are not bad or good.
Yeah, emotions are
They're
not
just
bad or good.
emotion.
Yeah,
but let's
neutral.
say when somebody interprets the emotion as a bad emotion.
Interpret, yeah.
Yeah, so you see that most people, what kind of position people take? It's already like
Yeah, that's
sad, and their face always faces down, right? I remember somebody says, I don't really recall what the name of the person, but it says like this thing come when you say like you have to shift your body, like
Yeah.
to
Yeah, shift your
thing,
body, yeah.
like something. So whenever you start feeling that emotion and you start feeling like, my days, why did this thing happen to me? Shift your body, look it up. Don't look it down.
Wow.
Just look it up.
Wow.
You shift, you change it directly. You see, I've tried it myself.
Wow.
I've tried it
Wow.
myself, and it works. It has worked for me. I don't
Wow.
know for other people, but for me it did. Just change instead of just like facing down and trying to be crying or whatever.
Right.
Just stand straight, look it up, and say, it has happened, right? Why did it happen? Okay, so if it's happened, maybe I might be wrong or I might be right. So anyway, me complaining is not going to change anything,
Wow.
right? So let me just move on and go for it. From that moment that you said it, it changes everything in
does.
your mind.
Right.
Like
It does.
everything just changes. So now, what do you recommend as strategies or ways that somebody can really use to help themselves control themselves? Like have that emotional control, have that either it's men or women. So all of us are human beings. We go through emotions and all of this stuff. So how
True.
can we help ourselves to know how to manage our or control our emotion?
Exactly.
Let's say, for example, you are in a situation where you at work. This is the first example. You at work, and then maybe your manager or your supervisor is like, I want this work to be done by the end of the day and stuff. Then you are there in front of the computer, you're doing the job, and then you got overwhelmed by the stress, by the pressure, and the everything. So then you start doing things really quickly. Sometimes it's happened like you don't do the job well because you're under this pressure. So, and the second example, let's say you are in a relationship, your girl or your man starts yelling at you. You've done this, you did it. Then you feel that pressure, that's kind of emotion coming to you that you want to scream, you want to shout. So how can a person maintain that self-control to know how to control that special moment?
Nice. Oh, that's a very hard question, and it's a very hard to deal with when you are actually in that situation. You know, we can give suggestions, right? But when you are in that situation, it's very hard to kind of like remember all those type of things. What I would say is that you need to just take a quick break from that situation, just for a moment. And that break could be you moving yourself out of the situation, or it could be a break that you take internally in your mental, in yourself, where you kind of pause a little bit to have just a quick conversation with yourself.
Oh man, okay.
Just a quick conversation with yourself.
Okay.
Now, within that conversation, it goes very simple. What does this thing mean to me? What is the meaning like of this? Why am I feeling like this?
Why am I feeling like this?
Why am I feeling like this? Right? Okay. The manager screaming at me. It was loud. It wasn't hairy. Okay, but I feel stressed. But why am I feeling like this? Right?
Okay.
That simple, just internal conversation that you can have with yourself at that moment can lead you to a particular answer. Right? It could be like, oh, well, I understand that the manager is in a hurry. Maybe he have a lot of pressure on himself. You know, but let me see what I can do. I'll try to do my best, to the best of my ability, to fix the issue. Because I understand that this thing is critical. Now it gives you some energy, you can fix the issue. Right? Or it could be like you are having a conversation, like in a relationship, somebody's yelling at you, building a lot of stress, things like that. You can be like, okay, why is this person feeling like that? Why are they screaming? Maybe they are also feeling frustrated. Maybe the situation is also hard on them, right? Now, what can I help? What can I do to help ease the situation, ease out the situation? That's the reason why you see your wife was screaming, but your reaction is not to scream back, but say, okay, baby, I'm sorry. Right?
A lot of men don't do that.
Unfortunately. Because it takes a strong man to apologize.
Self-control.
Yeah, you gotta be strong enough to apologize. Right?
Sure.
You have the ability to destroy the person, but you choose, right? You choose to not hurt them.
It's an option within you, right?
Yeah, you take that decision because you had that internal conversation with yourself. You understood that this situation is difficult on both of us. It's difficult on the manager, it's difficult on me, it's difficult on my wife, it's difficult on me as well. But now, what is the solution I'm proposing at that time? So taking that quick break to figure out what does this thing mean to me, right? Could help you like really fix the situation. Because at that moment you can give yourself a good auto-suggestion on how you can tackle the issue. Don't just be reactive. No. Or they scream at you, then you react. No. Always take time to have a quick break. Because maybe even at work, right? If you are really stressed, you find yourself that a task that was supposed to take you 30 minutes, but you will do it maybe in 2 hours because you're stressed. If you take a break, you reflect a little bit, you come back, you see that it was not crazy after all. So the ability to break a little bit,
Sure.
think
It's happened to me
about
so
it,
many times.
just come back.
Yeah. So we've talked about relationship. We've talked about work. But let's talk about students.
Nice.
Like, I mean, students, they have a lot of homework, having a lot of assignments, all this stuff. And then a person find themselves having a deadline that they have to submit 3-4 assignments.
Right.
Then they have something else coming in, and events coming to school or to college or university. And then going through all that pressure maybe can bring to depression.
Yeah.
Can bring to all this other stress
Yeah.
that are coming in life. So how can you suggest to a student that is going through that situation that you know, okay, you're going through this is ABCD. That's I may suggest you to do.
Yeah.
Right. Wow. Man, I was not a good student. That's I don't know.
That's funny.
I don't know how to answer that, but I would say to a student,
Because you have students, you coach
yeah,
people.
I do have students, and then for my training school for the IT,
The IT,
I give them a
sure.
lot of homework. Trust me,
Yeah,
I put a lot of pressure.
I mean,
man.
actually, how is it going, your IT training?
It's going good. It's going
going
very
good.
good.
It's
Yeah.
good.
So it's a training of 4 months. We train people in database administration.
Okay.
Mainly on Oracle and Postgres
amazing.
database, and then after that we coach them for interviews and things like that. Yeah, we're
okay.
really pushing them into the work industry, because the
Yeah.
thing is that once you get out of college, you still have a student mindset.
Oh yeah.
Right, and then at work they're not looking for somebody who has a student mindset.
Okay.
They're looking for somebody who has a professional mindset. Now, what we are doing is we're taking everything that you have learned, we train you now into this person will become a professional, because what we train people in is that we focus only on the stuff that you'll be doing at work.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
okay.
in college you learn a lot of skill, a lot of things. Let's say you do computer science,
Yeah.
a lot of things that you have learned. But now we focus you on one thing only.
Okay.
Right, we narrow down, you focus on that particular career,
career.
and then we give you everything that you need to know based on that career. And that means that when you're sitting and taking your interview,
Yeah.
you sound way more professional than somebody who just came out of
somebody-
college.
Oh, that
Yeah.
sounds really, really
So we give
great.
them a lot of practice, homework, and things like that. And I see them burn out, like, oh, this is too much. Yeah, and that's
part of the process.
Because with my student, I have parents, you know, like,
Yeah.
you know, they have my father's age, like.
Oh, okay.
But I'm like, hey, my homework is due at this moment. You just submit that, you know.
Yeah, sure.
And they get mad and things like that. But so what I'm saying is this.
Yeah.
The ability to plan is good.
Okay.
If you can plan ahead of time, it's very good. Avoid doing things at the last minute.
Oh,
It will
man.
overwhelm you so bad.
Sure.
You know?
Procrastination.
Yeah,
Procrastination.
procrastination will destroy you.
Yeah.
So I would say is what I would say is this: if you need to have a calendar, make it like really a schedule. Don't just be reacting.
Oh, okay.
Right? A time where you you set a specific time to go over your notes every single day, even if you don't have assignment.
Okay.
That particular, you block that time in your calendar. That every day I need to be doing this at this particular moment.
Okay.
Right? And then balance that as well. Don't just do your entire schedule all about school.
Okay.
Because in reality, you have a lot of things that's gonna pull you left and right. Maybe somebody's birthdays, you know,
Yeah,
some gathering with friends. So you also need to plan those things,
Okay.
right? So block that some time in your calendar that okay, around this time, no distraction, away from cell phone,
Yeah.
full work, full speed into work.
Sure,
Once
sure.
you've done that, you do the most important thing, then you move on to the next. And I also say this: when you're doing any task,
Yeah.
start by the most difficult task of the day first.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's good.
But
That's good.
I don't want to like contradict what you're saying, but it's something I read in the book Rich Dad Poor Dad. It says like don't start with the most difficult one, don't start with the most easiest one, but start with what is the most priority important
Priority.
one. Yeah.
Correct. So when I say about priority, I mean difficult.
difficult.
I'm relating to priority,
Oh,
right?
definitely.
Here's the thing. You gotta have your priority as well, right? You know what is your priority. You need to know okay, today, if I want to feel accomplished at the end of the day,
Yeah.
what is the thing that once I do that thing,
Yeah.
right, I'll feel relieved.
Definitely, man.
It's a priority,
Sure.
but sometimes it could be the most difficult task as well.
Definitely.
So now the reason why I'm saying most difficult task because the most difficult task usually drains a lot of energy. So think of your energy as the energy that you when you charge your phone, the battery.
Yeah.
Just think of yourself like that.
Okay.
In the morning, you are fully charged because you just woke up. You are
Yeah.
fully charged, right? But now, as you're going throughout the day, things around you are taking up your energy.
Yeah.
It could be maybe the sun, maybe people's emotions, people's talking to you a certain way is draining you as you're going throughout the day. By the time you hit like evening,
Evening.
you start feeling tired.
Sure.
Now you cannot do the most difficult task around that time.
That's
right.
true. That's right.
You need to handle the most difficult things early. Once you do the hardest thing first, then the hardest and the most the priority 1st, then you can start now taking care of those small stuff. Yep.
Damn, I mean, this conversation has been so amazing.
I appreciate that.
So, I just want us to do something. When we've been preparing about this conversation, I saw a video
Yeah.
about emotions and feelings. So we have cups here, right?
Right.
Can we all hold the cup?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, he's having a sip. So, this cup, what weight is in this cup?
That's an interesting question. I think it's about whatever
We have
liquid is in there.
the engineer here who knows
Engineer,
stuff
tell
and
me.
whatever.
Yeah, you're asking how much it weighs, or
Yeah,
what,
how much it
what
weighs.
is
No,
inside
how
of it?
much
How much you weigh?
it weight?
Well, it could be a few grams.
Yeah, a few grams, right? So, when you hold it for a minute or some second, you don't hear the weight, right?
Yeah.
How
With the drink liquid in it.
even you have the full liquid in this cup, it won't be that heavy,
Right.
right?
A few seconds. Yeah.
For a few seconds, for a minute.
Right.
But when you hold it for an hour, 2 hours, do you think that you still keep holding it?
No, you're gonna put it down because you're gonna start feeling weak.
What do you say about that, Taylor?
Yeah.
Let's say now for 5 hours,
That's
true.
tough. You're just gonna put it down.
put it down, right?
Yeah.
So let's consider this cup as your feelings or emotions. When you don't keep it for long, they don't hurt you.
True.
But the longer you hold on the feeling and the
Right.
emotions, the harder
Correct.
it's
True, yeah.
hit on you.
True. True.
So, but when you decide to let go, you don't feel the pain anymore.
Yeah. True.
So that's the feeling.
Right.
If you decide that somebody hurt you, to get mad, to get angry, when you keep that, it hurts you.
It is. It is. True.
But whenever you just say, it's okay, it hurts me, yeah, but let me just live it.
True.
But most people don't want to give it back. They
You
just want to
keep holding it.
keep holding it.
True.
But I want to say, it's not easy to let go,
True. True. True.
Yeah.
right? So
good.
the only suggestion I can give is, whenever somebody hurts you, somebody puts you in a certain emotion, just as Zoe said, try to understand why they did it. Where are they coming from? Maybe they are also frustrated, and they just wanting to express themselves.
Yep.
Maybe they didn't know how to.
Correct.
The only way for them to do it, it's how they did it.
True.
So understand for their point of view, and as if you are a strong and powerful man, as Zoe taught us, then you can be just, hey, sorry.
Yeah.
How can I help you?
Correct.
How can we fix this?
True.
Right. And then then you move on. So, Zoe, what is the best advice that you've ever heard, received, or given?
Best advice on what?
The best advice that you've ever heard, received, or given?
Oh man, I don't know. Oh, I don't know. But ooh, man, that's a very hard question. Huh? The best advice I've ever received or given. It all comes down to this: taking 100 responsibility, 100% responsibility over yourself, your life, your emotions, and everything about you.
It's good.
Oh, wow.
Because I believe that's the only way. That's me,
Yeah.
right? I believe that's the only way you'll be able to learn how to deal with people, learn how to handle your emotions, learn how to be better in society. Because every time that you put the effort that you're supposed to do into somebody else's hand,
That's right.
expecting them to do something so that you can feel better,
Yeah.
you are powerless.
Oh.
Yeah.
So always put yourself as the actor in your own movie. You're the director,
Like the
you
James
are in
Bond
charge.
of your own movie.
Yeah.
The Denzel Washington of your own movie.
Yeah, you are everything
Oh.
in your own movie. You can decide to give someone a role to
A
play
role to play.
or not.
Yeah.
The way as you were talking about somebody holding on to their emotions. And now there's a Chinese proverb that says, anger, being angry at
I thought
somebody.
you start speaking Chinese.
Being,
Mandarin, maybe like that.
like that joke, right? It's being angry at somebody. It's as if you are holding burning charcoal in your hands and expecting the other person to burn.
Oh.
You are only hurting yourself. Now, when you are angry at somebody,
Yeah.
you have given them power over you.
Okay.
Because every time you see them, you want to act in a certain way.
Okay.
They are controlling you. That anger is controlling you. It's making them behave in a certain way. Maybe that person already forgot what they did to you, but you keep on revisiting,
That's right.
thinking about that thing, rethinking it again and again, and it's eating you from within.
Yeah.
The other person is cool, is good. You already forgot. So the best thing you can give to yourself is you need to move on.
Yeah.
Let it go. Make peace with that
Yeah.
and let it go. That's the reason why I say emotions are like water. You need to let it flow. Let it go through you. Feel angry, let it go.
Yeah.
Don't come back at it again. I was mad at you at this moment, but maybe after 2 hours, I'm no longer mad. Just let it go. Don't come back and start, yeah, I was mad. You do no. Don't stop going back over that thing.
Perfect.
You are creating pain in you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are hurting yourself. When you're holding on to those things,
Yeah.
there's nobody else you're hurting. Yourself.
Hurting yourself.
The same thing with complaining.
Yeah.
When you are complaining, man, you're not hurting nobody.
Okay.
You are delaying yourself. Take charge. Move forward.
Okay.
When you are making excuses, right? Well, you are not hurting nobody. If I tell you, wake up, go look for a job, and you start saying, no, we don't have support, you're giving excuses, you are not hurting me.
Okay.
You're hurting yourself.
Sure.
You're delaying yourself. So that's where the philosophy of taking 100% responsibility over yourself, your emotions, your feeling, everything about you, it puts you in charge. Now you know that everything that happens, I gotta fix it.
Definitely.
If I'm angry, it's not the other person's fault. I need to fix it myself.
Yeah, sure.
I can decide to go talk with them, try if we can discuss together and see if I can find a middle ground. But first, I need to fix that within myself.
Definitely.
Yep, that's what I can say about that.
And the last question. What is the worst advice that you ever heard, received, or given?
Yeah.
Man, that's a difficult question. The worst advice. Well, I have to think about it. The worst advice I've ever received.
Yeah.
Ooh, man, I can't think about that. The worst advice.
Yeah, take your time.
This can take 2 days. What was your worst advice?
I mean, there's been plenty, but just to center back on this entire conversation, I think it's been a very powerful conversation, and we've been able to relate on our emotions.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, sure.
Just understanding our emotions, because it's something that our community doesn't really talk about.
Yeah,
in
sure.
general, a lot of people shy away from having conversations like
Yeah.
this. That's why it's
Yeah.
important to sit down
Yeah, sure.
and just be able to speak on topics like this. So I think it's been a very good conversation
Thank
in
you.
general.
Sure. I mean, me too. And I actually just left one part of this conversation because I want us to come back later with Zoe
Absolutely.
Adjanga,
Yeah.
because about depression. We didn't mention about
Yeah,
depression.
that's right, depression.
And depression, suicide,
Oh
and
my.
all these other topic that things that, because he said emotion come from triggers and all this stuff. So I just feeling like if you people have really loved this video from so far until here, please just comment depression and suicide. Depression. So we will be really having great time to invite Mr. Zoe Adjanga
Thank you.
and come back again to talk about that. Or let's do this. Let's just have like 1,500 likes from this video.
Absolutely. Let's make it happen.
Yeah, let's make 1,500 likes from this video. Then we'll bring Mr. Zoe Adjanga as soon as possible.
That's right.
And actually, we'll be putting his contact just below in the comment below. So if you want to book a session with him, if you want to see his YouTube channel, his Instagram, or other stuff, you can contact him,
That's right.
talk to him about, like, he has a really marketing agency. Like, you want to promote your stuff and everything, you can go through him. You want to book a session about mentorship, coaching, you can book a session with him. You want a training in the IT, it's there. So they have all the team that gonna help you to really
Sure.
become ready to work in a workspace, a professional space.
That's good.
But from now, I hope you enjoy it. And if you do, keep it for yourself.
Keep it for yourself.
Absolutely.
So, Mr. Zoe, it's been a pleasure.
Absolutely.
honor.
I
It's been
really
an honor.
appreciate. Thank you guys. Like,
Thanks,
it's
Taylor,
an
for
honor.
today.
It's an
Thank you.
honor. Thank you so
Naturally.
much.
Appreciate it.
I
Yeah.
appreciate,
It's
man.
been a
Good
yeah.
insight.
honor.
Thank you
So,
so much.
see you to the next episode from
Right.
now.